I never gave her safety. I never gave her stability, because safety and stability meant that she could relax and pause. And a woman who feels safe might realize that she doesn't need me. I created chaos inside the entire relationship, created fights over nothing. One day sweet, the next day cruel, going back and forth. And so she stayed second guessing herself, and I controlled her by keeping her anxious, because a stable woman can't be manipulated. But an anxious one stays locked into a relationship much longer than what they want to be.
Let this video.
I have literal arthritis from carrying the audacity of all the men that I've been dating for the past couple months. For example,
I'm like 27, I go to church and I've started looking for a spouse.
That's great. What's the problem?
The girls that I've met are just like
what?
They're not like real women.
There it is.
Girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s.
If you give a man a choice between an attractive, sweet, kind, feminine grocery store cashier who makes $13 an hour and wants nothing more than to become a mother one day, or a high-powered, ambitious, loud, rich corporate girl boss whose greatest dream is to be a CEO one day, most men, I'm telling you, will choose the former without hesitation. They don't even need to go and consult their friends about it or think about it or pray about it. They're going to take the former. Okay, they're going to take the cashier.
Hi ladies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Miss Kafue. So ladies, I'm back with yet another video about the audacity of these creatures. As you've seen in the introduction, these men really have some audacity, let me tell you. Hey, and you guys are not prepared. This video is 1 hour, 30 minutes for a reason. Trust me. And all those minutes are so much worth it. And ladies, get comfortable. Watch this video till the end, and then I'll be back to give my take on it. But before that, let's jump right into it.
I never gave her safety. I never gave her stability, because safety and stability meant that she could relax and pause. And a woman who feels safe might realize that she doesn't need me. I created chaos inside the entire relationship, created fights over nothing. One day sweet, the next day cruel, going back and forth. And so she stayed second guessing herself, and I controlled her by keeping her anxious, because a stable woman can't be manipulated. But an anxious one stays locked into a relationship much longer than what they want to be.
Let this video serve as evidence that these men out here are not silly boys just trying to figure it out. They're well aware when they're manipulative, and they're well aware when they're manipulating you. Things like nagging, ghosting, breadcrumbing, the push and pull method. They know what those things are. Some of them have not only studied those methods, they've mastered them, and they use them on unsuspecting women. This is why you don't tell a man exactly what you're looking for up front, because all he'll do is pretend to be that man until he gets what he wants from you. Never tell the man exactly how to play you. They are constantly looking for inconsistencies in what you're saying and what you are allowing. Confident women don't chase men, they don't entertain inconsistent men, and they don't negotiate their standards. I don't care how confident you say you are, I don't care how confident you think you are. Waiting around for a man to change his mind about one of your standards, or even worse, waiting for a man to change his mind about you, is an insecurity waiting to be exploited, and he will. The only reason you're going back and forth with that man is because you told him what you wanted and he didn't do it. So why are you still there? A man in your life who does not bring you peace is only there to disturb yours.
How you funny and cute? Get the fuck out of my face.
I'm never going through a man's phone again, because I went through a man's phone one time and I caught him cheating. And when I caught him cheating, I confronted him about what I found on his phone. He gonna say, why would you go through my phone? I'm about to rip your asshole up to your esophagus. This is not the time to be gaslighting me, you dead ass.
I'm like 27, I go to church and I've started looking for a spouse.
That's great. What's the problem?
The girls that I've met are just like
what?
They're not like real women.
There it is.
Girls just aren't the way they used to be. They're not like how girls were in like the 1800s and like early 1900s.
Yet another man reminiscing about the good old days. The good old days for who? The good old days where women had no choice but to be with a man because she couldn't own her own home, have a bank account, have her own money, get a job. The good old days for who? You. And that's why you're mad, because women are decentering men, and men like you don't know how to be anything besides a checkbook, and some of you aren't even that.
She grows up, she really wants to get married, she really wants to have kids, like she loves to cook, she loves to clean, like she wants to get married and have kids so much she like dreams about it. Like
some of these these men that try to pass themselves off as traditional men only want access to your free labor, and they don't want you to say anything about it. They want you to be seen and not heard. That's why so many of them hate the idea of equality or women making their own money, because they want to be able to use money over you. They want money to be the reason why you stay. Why not let love be the reason why I stay? Why not work on yourself as a person, to be a good listener, to not weaponize your incompetence, to be emotionally intelligent? Why not work on those areas? They refuse to do the work, and then they wonder why they're single. Some of these same men claiming they want traditional women can't even afford to be a traditional man. You want her to cook and clean and take care of the kids and do everything at home, but you also need her half of the income for y'all to be able to pay the bills. Traditional women don't work. You're asking for something that you can't even afford. If she has to split the bills with you, then you're going to have to split some of them chores with her.
Hi, if your name is Susan and your husband's name is Ronnie and he drives for Uber, go to the beach. Go to the beach, go tanning, take yourself to dinner, go get your nails done, go get your hair done, and then go out by yourself, because he does not want to take you out tonight. He doesn't. He thinks that you're going to be waiting at home for him to make him dinner. And he also said something along the lines of, she's lucky to have me. Babe, go out tonight and treat yourself amazing, and then get a divorce. Get a divorce and treat yourself like the woman you should be treated as, a queen.
Y'all, one thing a man will have is audacity. Audacity. Like, within this week alone, the way men have really shown their ass. I really want to do story times, but y'all, I'm not there yet. I'm just not there yet. But one thing a man will have is freaking audacity. And to me, it's so crazy, because men will really look at a situation and they would think to themselves, yeah, I didn't do anything wrong here. Y'all, I'm sorry. Like, I really just sit and my flabbergasted about how men just operate. They move, they think like me. I don't get it at all. Like, y'all, I'm so serious. Like, I think for this particular situation that I'm speaking about, I'm gonna do a story time. But I can't do it right now. It's gonna be too hot. But I'm definitely gonna do a story time, because men. I don't get it. And it don't be, it don't even be the young ones. It be the older ones. Let me tell you something. The younger ones, the YNs are eating the old niggas up. They eating y'all up. They eating y'all up so bad. Oh my God, they eating y'all up so bad. But story time coming soon, because Jesus Christ is Lord.
If you give a man a choice between an attractive, sweet, kind, feminine grocery store cashier who makes $13 an hour and wants nothing more than to become a mother one day, or a high-powered, ambitious, loud, rich corporate girl boss whose greatest dream is to be a CEO one day, most men, I'm telling you, will choose the former without hesitation. They don't even need to go and consult their friends about it or think about it or pray about it. They're going to take the former. Okay, they're going to take the cashier. Now, if you give women the same choice, the mild-mannered, unambitious guy working a cash register or the highly paid corporate go-getter, you're going to have a lot more takers for the latter option. A lot more. Now, why is that? Am I saying that most women are greedy gold diggers looking for a rich man to bleed dry? Am I saying that most men are oppressive tyrants looking for some meek, helpless woman they can control? No. No on both counts. I'm saying that men and women are different, and they want different things.
Men and women are different, but the difference is that men are shallow and they make their choices based on their ego. Men make their choice of a life partner or the woman they marry based on their ego, because there is nothing wrong with marrying a woman who is a girl boss and a high-powered corporate woman. There's nothing wrong with that, because when you look at the data in terms of research, a woman who is educated is valuable, because a woman's education has a direct impact on her children. A father's education does not directly or strongly impact the educational attainment of his children. However, a mother's education directly impacts the educational attainment of her children. The average age of being a widow in Canada and the USA is between 56 and 59. So what is going to happen to your children when, as a man, you die and you're married to a woman who works as a cashier and she does not make enough money to take care of your children? Also, a highly educated woman who is climbing high in her corporate career have what we call social capital and cultural capital. Those are the skills you need to survive in this world. Social capital, cultural capital means networking and just being able to mingle with people who are able to open more opportunities for you in life. What is my point? Based on the scenario you gave, men tend to make a decision of a life partner based on what? Their ego, and not based on the interest of their unborn children. Men do not think about the future. They think about their feelings, their ego, and their fragile masculinity. And that is the difference. But you see, when a woman has the opportunity to choose, and she will choose a man who is very successful and a man who is climbing higher on the corporate ladder, it means that that woman is being strategic and thinking about the quality of life she would be able to give her unborn children. Women pay a higher sacrifice for becoming mothers and wives. Women experience what we call the motherhood penalty. The motherhood penalty simply means that a woman's earning power reduces when she has children. And so a woman understands that choosing a man who is successful in his career is important for the survival and the opportunities she is able to give to her children. So women are more futuristic in their thinking, and they're thinking about their unborn children and the quality of life they would give their unborn children when they choose a man who is successful and is doing well in his career, compared to men who choose simply based on their fragile ego. I hope this makes sense. My name is Dr. Zita. I am a sociologist. If you're not following, guess what? Hit the follow button.
Some of you will think that the reason why most men are against prostitution is because of morals. You must be joking. Most of these men against prostitution has nothing to do with morals. Because they also patronize those prostitutes, so they are male prostitutes themselves. So it's not because of morals that they come here and they bash prostitution, they bash prostitutes. Some of them, the reason why they hate prostitution is because they want free sex. And because women have the audacity to charge them money for sex, that is why they are angry. If they can have a way to make money from sex, they will do it. But no, they are the customers, they are the patronizers. So they don't make money off it, they lose money from patronizing it. So they are angry. That's the only reason why they are angry about prostitution. It has nothing to do with morals. Zero.
I hate the way dating works now, because a lot of people use dating apps, me included, and literally every single guy that I have matched with is very open on what they want. And I will tell you that what they want is sex. Every message that I've gotten is, I know how to show you a good time. Hey, can you ride this? Hey, I want to know how it tastes. Hey, I can eat you out. Hey, I can do this. Like, oh my God. Or some guys will be like very pleasant to text you and say something like, hey, how are you doing? What's up, gorgeous? Like, you know, they know how to work a conversation. And then once you're like a few messages in, they'll be like, so when am I gonna taste that? When am I gonna hit that? When are you gonna be bending it back over for me? And dude, sometimes I just have to laugh, because I'm like, oh my God. And then it's even funnier, like when guys they text it in Spanish. I kid you not, this guy was like, te quiero llenar de mi leche. I was like, oh my God. And sometimes I don't even engage with these at all. I just don't respond, or I'll quickly unmatch. And other times I have to respond and be like, you're so crazy for sending that message. And then they'll send like the little devious emoji, or the one with like a laughing emoji, or the one going, you know, with the tongues out and stuff. But yeah, like, oh my god. Or if you are talking to a guy for like a few days and it's going okay, like maybe 1 to 2 nights, and then the third night they're like, oh, I'd love to cuddle with you, I'd love to booty rub you, what if it's poking you? Like, oh my god. I've only had a conversation with like maybe 1 or 2 men where it doesn't get sexual at all, but it goes that way through the messages and you like avoid it, you know, like, oh, what are you doing tonight? I want to see you. And then you're like, for what? And they're like, I want to hang out with you. And I'm like, okay. Like, it is crazy that men are so lustful and literally all they want is sex. But yeah, I feel like I've already realized that like my future partner is not on a dating app, even though I have heard so many success stories. I just feel like mine isn't, because I don't know. I think I'm someone who's kind of hard to read like online, and also like my vibes are different. So like a lot of my pictures I can seem very like formal or just serious, but I'm really not. I'm like a silly goofy person, and I don't think you can feel that, but I'm a very chill person. Like if we're hanging out good. And what I mean by good is like we'll have a good time because I know how to hold a conversation. And people have told me like, hey, you're really easy to talk to, I like having conversations with you, like you're the first girl, like, you know, like where conversations are naturally flowing because I engage in conversation. But I also feel like this has to do with my job, because I used to be a college advisor, so I used to have conversations with people literally all the time. So when I talk to men or when I talk to people, I think of it as like an advising session. I'm like, oh, hey, how are you? How's it going? And I feel like I have to get out of that, because sometimes I'm very quick to give praise all the time. So like if they say like, yeah, I got a new car, I'm like, oh my God, congratulations. Like, what type of car is it? Like, I very much hype them up. But that's just like how I am naturally. Like, I am just genuinely so happy for everybody's success. Like, I don't care if someone's doing better than me, because I know that I'm gonna be better regardless. I'm gonna be okay regardless. So every time someone shares like a small update of success in their life, I'm so quick to praise it. And people like that, you know? I'm a very cool, chill person. It just feels like that doesn't translate through apps, obviously, because you're not meeting someone naturally. But anyways, all this to say that dating apps are the death of dating, and it's so hard out there. And if you found someone on there, congratulations.
Men have audacity. You hear women say this a lot. Oh, men have audacity. Yes, because we needed it to go to war. But you see, married men, the kind of audacity and confidence they have in this life, it's too much. Okay, it's too much. Like the confidence with which they can tell you they are married, but still propose, like, it's crazy. The girls who ask them, say, I need to know, are you married? The guy will say yes, but forget about that. Focus on yourself. Okay, focus on yourself and what we can do together, how we can help each other. Hey, you want to see, if you have 20% of the confidence that the married men have, you will make it in this life. Like me right now, whenever I'm going to a negotiation, I'm doing any business, I do a meditation. I tell myself that I'm a married man, and I move with that energy, I move with that level of audacity, especially like the married men who have money and they are the big, you know them, the big stomach married men who, you know them. Yes, if you have that kind of confidence in your life, forget, nothing can stop you. Nobody can tell you anything. What? Are you serious? Married men, forget. It's really crazy when you think about the fact that like almost 80% of girls have been, 99% of girls have been approached by somebody who was married, a guy who was married, and the guy is wearing his ring, he doesn't care. It's like, yeah, what's up? You come or not? You come, all right? So they go and they'll find somebody. It's crazy. Hey, Charlie. Yeah, I will not be like that though. I will not be like that. Me, I'm afraid. I don't have that kind of audacity. No. I won't be like that. It's not going to. No.
Women don't pick the wrong men. Men just literally be faking their whole personality. As in, women don't actually go for the wrong men and get their hearts broken intentionally. Men literally just be faking their whole personality the whole time. As in, men are literally so good at what they do. They know how to facade a girl, make her feel like she's loved, make her feel comfortable, make it seem like they're the best guy ever, and that they have the right mentality, all for them really and truly to be thinking in the back of their head that all they want to do is, you know what I'm trying to say, cheat the girl and not take her seriously, when really and truly the girl's out there thinking, oh, he actually likes me, he can see a future with me, and that's just not the case. Men make these girls feel as if they finally came across the right man and as if they're finally ready to lock in, when really and truly it's all a facade. It's fake. Men are just faking their personality to get what they want. And then you'll be out there thinking, damn, like, this girl has a bad taste in men, when that's really and truly not even the case. It's not her fault. You get what I'm trying to say? She's just been sort of fake version of somebody.
The price to pay to preserve a man's ego is fucking hefty, which is why I'm not relationship material. I'm not wifey material. I'm not for anything long term with men, because I don't have time to tiptoe around telling the truth to someone because they don't want to hear it. Because if they hear the truth, that's going to question their masculinity. That's going to question their self-worth. That's going to question their fucking existence. It's so hard for me to look at men and respect them and want to be around them when you just see them as something so easily broken. Men are so easily broken. How can I respect a species of people who have to be tiptoed around, have to be talked to like they're a toddler, while simultaneously these men are being asked to look at as leaders? So I have to look at you as a leader, but you don't know how to do any domestic duties. You don't know how to self-soothe. You don't know how to emotionally regulate. You don't know how to do anything that is worth any like good substance. You don't know how to do anything to maintain the goodness of anything. And this is why I'm just going to stay single forever, because do you know how fucking draining that is to have to sit here? Let's say you have a man that doesn't know what he's doing in the bedroom. I mean, you know how many men are sitting here literally thinking that they're throwing it down in the bedroom because a woman doesn't want to get unalive because she is afraid to tell a guy like, hey, this shit sucks. Like, you're not good at this. Like, this, I don't feel anything. I'm bored. I'm over here counting down the seconds until you're done because it's only going to take 2 minutes. So I got time to count down the seconds. But the male ego is way too fragile to constantly have it be preserved. And for me to ever want to take on the burden of trying to preserve it, like, no. I don't have time for that shit. No man. There is not any man in the world that I would want so bad that I would have to take that on as an additional job. No.
Every time I talk about the black community, specifically XY chromosomes, I get an influx of men in my comment section upset that I have really high standards. And I'm going to say this to any woman who is willing and able to receive it. The reason why I have high standards is because my great-grandmother and my grandmother could not. That is the reason why. My matriarchal lineage is the reason why I don't settle in my relationships. Because imagine me settling for a dusty man who thinks because I'm fat, I don't deserve anything, when my grandmother or great-grandmother had to settle for a man because she could not own property, because she could not have a bank account. I am her wildest dreams, and I'm not willing to give that up because a bunch of men think my waistline isn't acceptable because their mother let her waistline dictate who she had a child with. You are allowed to have high standards. You should have high standards because your grandmother did not have those rights.
I'm embarrassed that I made a detour in one of my Europe trips to go see this boy who was begging me to come, only for him to end up fucking his best friend in the room next door while I slept. Mind you, him and I did hook up the night before. I met that girl the night before while we were out at clubs. I was in this small coastal town in Italy, and I was staying at his parents' house with him where he lived. We were literally, it's his room, his brother's room, his parents' room. Not a very big place. A lot of shit going on in there, let me tell you. But literally met this girl while we were out at the clubs, and she was trying to be my best friend because, like, nobody really spoke English, but she did because she was British. And so she's like, oh my God, girl, like, you're so pretty. Oh my God, girl, I love your shoes. And it was like one of those times where you can just tell, like, there's some motive here. There's an underlying motive. Why are you trying to be my bestie? You don't like me this much. Turns out her and him had like a fling, like dating thing in the past. So she asked me straight up. She's like, well, didn't ask me, all kind of, but was like, please don't like have sex with him. Don't hook up with him. Like, I have feelings for him. And I said, girl, it is very nice to meet you. and I am not going to lie to your face, but I made a 3-hour detour after I left Florence to come here for this reason, girl. I got appointments. A girl's got shit to do, so like, whatever. She lost her shit, ended up leaving the club. Okay, sorry, bye. I have a huge conversation with this boy about this, and I'm like, what's going on here really, and blah, blah, blah. Problem number one is to have believed any of these crazy ass people. But long story short, him and I did the do, because that's what I came to do. I came, I saw, I conquered, and it was fantastic. This all goes back to the fact that we should not be embarrassed about the quantity. We should be embarrassed about the quality. The quality of this, because he was a hot Italian man, 10 out of 10. But the quality of his personality and who he is as a person, negative 500 out of 10, you piece of shit. So, fast forward the next day. We go to another club because, you know, bus, club, another club, blah. And who do we run into but the girl? So we're there with the girl. Now tonight, total mood switch. Your man is all over her. They're like laughing. I'm furious now because you've been inside me. You owe me a modicum of courtesy. You feel me? So I like, I'm going off. I'm like talking to other people. I'm dancing in a circle, whatever. Fast forward, now it's time to leave. And he was like, the girl has to come home with us because she lost her house keys. The bitch lost her house key and she doesn't have one other friend up in this establishment. She has to come home with the two of us. I'm gonna crash the car. So we leave. I'm furious. I don't say anything. They're making drunk pasta. They're like, do you want a bowl? No, I don't want a bowl. I don't want to speak to any of you ever. So I go in his room where him and I had done the nasty last night, sleep in that bed. And I wake up in the middle of the night. And so, like, mind you, it was already like 5 a.m. So middle of the night, it was like 2 hours later, 7 in the morning. I wake up early in the morning and I'm like, what? What's that noise? Bitch, they were banging in the living room. They blew up an air mattress and fucking slept out there. So if men don't have anything to offer, remember, they always have the audacity.
You would not believe. Oh my God. Ew. Ew. I just went on such a bad date. Oh my God. So there's this guy who like has liked me in college and stuff. And like we graduated and whatever. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like we can go have lunch, right? So like we went to Buffalo Wild Wings together and it was fine. He's really awkward and he was like shaking like the whole time and stuff. We get in the car and like I'm like, okay, well I gotta go. So he like takes me home. I think he's like still outside. Ew. He's out there. Ew, oh my God. Okay, wait. So let me catch you up. I just told him to go. So we like, I was here, I was at my house, like he had just dropped me off. He said, listen, like, I'm still frisky. Can you lift up your shirt? I said, what? He's like, yeah, like, I just really want to see what you look like under your shirt. I said, no, I'm so sorry, no. He's like, well, no one's gonna see. I was like, I'm not doing that. And he's like, well, we can go inside and you can do it in there. I was like, no, sorry. I gotta go. Like, I have a call. And he's like, well, can I at least cop a feel? I'm not even shitting you. He said that. I cannot believe what I just witnessed. And now, I thought he drove away. He pulled back in and he knocked on my door. He was waiting out there. And I said he needs to go. I cannot believe that this just happened. Ew.
And men I used to talk to, trying to convince me to quit my engineering degree and go do OF because they thought I'll do really well because of my body shape. I blocked him immediately because he's a weapon formed against me. You cannot trick me. You cannot trick me.
You didn't want to wear makeup today?
Excuse me?
I mean, I figured you'd wear makeup. It's a date.
No.
I'm not so sure about the outfit, dude. It's pretty casual.
We're sitting in a
We're
fucking...
going for a hike. I don't know why you're wearing flip-flops.
So let's really think about this. You put zero effort into the date, and yet you're mad that she put in the same amount of effort as you. And this just shows how women can never win, because you get mad when women wear makeup to the pool, but more mad when women don't wear makeup to the woods. And let's just be clear, this has nothing to do with her wearing makeup and everything to do with his ego being hurt because he felt like she didn't care enough about him to impress him. Even though his wrinkly t-shirt says that he didn't care much about first impressions either. And I don't know why you'd expect date night effort when you couldn't be bothered to book a table at a restaurant. You act like women want expensive dates dates, but they always show up for the stuff that costs you nothing. And then you have the audacity to seem disappointed in the way they show up when the only thing that's disappointing is that they have to show up to you. And I'm actually not putting down dates that cost nothing, but don't plan a date in nature because it's free and then expect a woman to invest her money in hiking boots in order to accommodate your plan. You're the one who decided not to make an initial investment into meeting her. And if you don't want to spend money on a first date, that's fine. But don't expect a woman to invest her time and energy into it when she's equally as unsure about it as you are.
This man had the audacity to tell me this. I'm in line at the store, and this is exactly why men will never understand a woman, let alone a mother. So I'm at the store in the checkout, and the guy that's checking me out goes to tell me that stores shouldn't allow kids in the store, babies, because there was a mother, she was there, she had a newborn, the newborn screaming, crying. In the next lane, there was a lady there and she had about 3 kids. The little boy looked about 2, he's screaming, crying. First of all, I understand how both moms feel completely. They're overstimulated. They're just trying to get home and take care of the household. You know what I'm saying? They just trying to get home to put the babies to sleep. We have to go through this all day. And for him to say that with a straight face, I was like, excuse me? What did you just say? And then he repeated himself. And I thought after I said the excuse me, he was going, switch it up. He said it exactly the same way in the same tone and stood on business. And I'm looking at him like, are you serious? I was like, she is a mother. You have no idea how hard it is to be a mom out here. Mine is at home with dad because I have to go. That probably would have been me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mom's mom for real. Like, it really made me mad. And then I really had to think about it. Like, I can go back and forth with this man all night. But I did give him a stare that stared into his soul. Like, I don't play that. And then he was like, no. You know what I mean is, no, you said what you said. And it was disrespectful. Who says that? I was thinking, like, should I have went to the manager? Like, it wasn't that big of a deal. But, like, I'm not that type of person. Like, okay, you need to check him. I am not that person. But that really pissed me off.
I just got a phone call with the worst news. I'm on my way to the hospital to get my sugar daddy. He went in for surgery this morning and they called me, and I was hoping that the phone call was to say to pick up his belongings because he didn't make it. But these men have unlimited audacity. They call me to tell me that the surgery went well and I'm here to pick him up. He's here just living. My plan was to pick up his belongings and call the insurance agent, find Alejandro, and start living my best life. But instead I'm here waiting to pick his healthy self up. His will to live is extraordinary. I mean, it wasn't all bad. I got this beautiful bag. And maybe I'll see you guys again soon. Hopefully, different circumstances.
No, don't say that. I don't want you guys to see surgery.
Girl can dream, a girl can dream.
On today's episode of Men Having the Fucking Audacity, I'm at an airport with my baby. In the Air Canada Lounge, there's like a kid's room. I'll show you. So the lounge is completely packed. There's not a seat in the house. And I think, oh great, I'm gonna go to the kids' room, let her run around a bit. And I walk in and there's a man taking a business call. He does this to me. Sir, this is not for you. This is for the moms and the dads and the families and the babies. So me, a mom, traveling by myself with my 1-year-old, have her strapped to me, have a plate of food that I need to feed her lunch, have her stroller and a huge bag. He's gonna tell me to weigh it. Okay. Spoiler alert, I did not wait.
Controversial question. Why do boomer men think it is their God-given right to touch you? Real question, because as a woman, you may have noticed it or you may just be so used to it that you're like programmed to think that it is normal. But why is it that when you're talking to an older man, they are so touchy-feely? They'll put their hands on your lower back and kind of caress you. They'll pull you close. They'll talk really close to you. No one my age does that. No young men do that to me. It's only older men. And I'm like, is it because they know that we were taught to be polite and sweet and respect our elders, and so like we'll never really say anything, we'll just be like, ah. You're probably like, where the hell is this coming from? So I have several examples. So I'm a wedding and special event, corporate event singer, as you might know, and a lot of times when I get done singing a set, the older people will come up to me and say like, oh, you did such a great job, how long have you been singing, where do you live, like ask me questions. And the older men are always so touchy-feely with me. They always like grab my back and kind of rub my back, and they're very just like flirty. And my husband noticed it one time, and that's when I was like, oh damn. So he's not an angry or jealous person whatsoever, but it was a family friend. He was like, did you notice that when you were talking to so-and-so, he was like slowly caressing your lower back and playing with the belt loops on the back of your jeans, like fiddling with the belt loops? And I was like, honestly, I might just be so used to that shit that like I didn't even recollect. Sadly, he was like, I don't look at that person the same way anymore. I was explaining to him just like how normal that was for a young girl to just have to like deal with that bullshit. And I'm just trying to be better about setting boundaries without being like, don't touch me, you know, because it really is hard when you've been programmed your entire life to respect your elders and just be sweet. I came into the music industry around 18 years old, and I will never forget certain manager figures and producer figures that we were working with, older men. They would do this thing where you go in to hug them goodbye, bye, have a good night, and or hi, how are you, to go hug, and then they grab you and hold you closer. And when you went to go pull away, they like would hold you even closer and not let you go away and be like, don't leave, like stay. Like they would just uncomfortably hold you in a hug until you kind of like forcefully pushed off of them. I remember that so vividly, and it always made me so uncomfortable. It's the same thing with gawking and catcalling. I've never been gawked at in the gym by a guy my own age. They're like minding their own business, getting their workout in. It's always men that are over like 60, 65 years old that have no problem just getting close to you and staring you down and not breaking eye contact. Like, what is it? Do they just have a certain level of audacity? Like, what? I don't know if they just grew up in a different time, but I'm gonna tell you this much. If I'm 65 years old and my husband is caressing and touching all the young ladies in the room, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna have something to say about it. So this culture cannot continue.
So you're telling me that you see me on the road walking while you're driving, then you like me, you now press your horn, pam pam, and as reflex, because it is a horn, right? I look back or I look sideways and I see you in the car, and then you wave, and then you know, to me, you, wow. So I should walk over to your car or cross over to your car or walk back to your car to hear what you have to say to me. Like, make it make sense. You're the one who wants to say something to me. What you want to say is that important, then you are supposed to find a way to get to me. But it's the audacity some of you men have for me that you will see a lady walking, you don't even know the reason why she's walking, you don't even know if I have a car, you don't even know if I'm in the right mood to talk to someone, you don't know if, you know, I have an emergency that I'm trying to head toward, and then you horn your car for me, and then you signal for me to cross over or walk over to you. Is it madness? You mental. The audacity you must have is crazy. I mean, the day God was sharing audacity to everyone, I'm sure you waited twice to collect it 2 times, and I'm not even sure it's twice. For you to signal to a lady to come over to you, as per what you have to say, is way more important. If you don't find a way to get to where I am right now, then what you want to say is not okay, Lara. It's not important to you. To be honest, I don't really blame a lot of these men, because some ladies have been doing it. Once you see a guy that has a car and is signaling for you to cross over to him, you lose all your dignity and self-respect, and you rush there. Because what? He's a Pablo looking guy. He's a rich sugar daddy. Or perhaps a fine boy that has money. So what? So what? So I'll cross over to meet a guy for him to say what he wants to say to me. Isn't that crazy? I mean, as a man, if what you really want to say is that important, then you drive over to the side where the girl is. If she has walked past you, you reverse back. Against all odds, don't care about the cars coming. What you want to do is more important. And if the girl is across the road, then turn around. Turn back. How many fuel are you wasting? It's not even wastage, because you're trying to talk to the girl that you don't even know if she's going to be the love of your life. It is worth it at the end of the day. But you signaling for me to cross over or walk back or walk forward to your car, you even saw me, you drove past me, you now stopped at the front, so me I'll walk or run to meet you. You ladies have dignity, have pride. Stop walking over to meet a man in his car. What he wants to say to you is that important. He will drive over to you. He will drop from his car and cross over to you. At least you'd have already seen the car and you would know that he dropped from a very fine car. Why should I walk down to you for you to talk to me and collect my number? Are you mental?
If you thought that guy in Singapore who sued a woman for not dating him was peak male audacity, then oh my god, brace yourself. A man with literally all the audacity in Indiana recently asked out a woman after robbing her at gunpoint. The woman was just trying to check her mailbox at night, and he showed up and pulled a gun on her and demanded to be let into her home. She was like, nah, bruh. She gave him the money that she had, but instead of leaving, he asked if she had a boyfriend and demanded she add him as a friend on Facebook at gunpoint. Then he slid into her DMs and said she was too pretty to rob and like, sorry about that, I'll pay you back. And then asked her to come chill with him. Like she was gonna go over to his house and fuck him after he robbed her at gunpoint. And, you know, not to rush to judgment. I mean, maybe he was just having a bad day. Oh, wait, no, he was arrested on June 12th for allegedly shooting 2 people and assaulting another person with a brick. I mean, I don't want to say that this is definitively the peak of male audacity for all of history, but wow, bruh. Wow. If any of you out there can top that, I will be impressed.
Bro, I have literal arthritis from carrying the audacity of all the men that I've been dating for the past couple months. For example, last week I met with this guy and the whole time he was on this shit about how he's such a huge nerd and he's like, you wouldn't get me, like I'm really different, I'm not a fuckboy. And then I was like, please tell me why you're so different, like what is your unique interest, what makes you so, please. And then like finally after doing a whole dance, he was just like, oh no you wouldn't, okay. He's like, fine, I'll just say it. Like I'm really into lighting. I was like, oh. Bro, that's just the basis of visual sensation. Like in the dark you can't see and shit, so like sorry, you're not a nerd, they're just fucking weird.
I don't trust men that make their content pandering to women. These men are the worst type of men. They don't practice what they preach. Then it's just all a facade. They do this because they know they get the likes and views. Like women will come on this app and give dating advice, trying to encourage you women, and as soon as a man says it, oh my god, I can't believe there's men out there like this. Where do I find these type of men? You can't find them because they don't exist, bro. It just kills me. Like have some critical thinking on this app, bro.
As a man that knows my age and the goals that I'm trying to achieve in my lifetime, you know my age, why would you open your mouth and tell me, oh, I'm gonna put a baby in you? As if no, that was supposed to sweet my body, as if it's supposed to tantalize my body. What is wrong with people like that? What is wrong? You know when they say screws are loose, your own screws, they are missing, they are out of order, as in we need to do maintenance request on your screws because you have lost it. Was I supposed to say, oh my god, yes daddy, oh yes daddy, am I your baby? Yeah, like what did you expect me to say? That literally scared me away and I just had to stop talking to the boy because I was like, first of all, a baby, second of all, a baby, third of all, a baby. Oh, you're sick. You're out of your freaking mind.
Okay, so I'm rating things that men have said to me after they have found out that I'm married, okay? First up, we have why. I'm going to give this a 1 out of 10. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to respond. I didn't know. They were asking me while I was married. Bear in mind, this person was like old enough to be my dad, so I was very confused. Why would I be married? Why would I not be wifed the hell up? Secondly, my favourite is happily. I give that a minus 1,000 out of 10 because have you lost your mind? You deserve every single bad. If you're a man, if you've ever said that to a woman, you deserve every single bad thing that's coming to your life. Another one of my favourites is what, you can't have friends, no? That one is minus 1,000,000 out of 10. Again, if you say this response to a woman saying that she's married, you deserve have to drink swamp water every day for the rest of your life. I hope your charger breaks, by the way, tonight as well. Fourth up, we have married. Yeah, I'm gonna give that one minus 20 out of 10 because the shock that somebody who is my age or looks like me or is in the same party or wedding or whatever that you're in can be married is very much confusing. A lot of people are married. It's not that deep. Lastly, should have been me, man. I'm gonna give that one a 2 out of 10 because I love the confidence, because you feel like if I weren't married to my husband, you could have had a chance, and I really love that for you. I love the self-esteem, but it's a no. Thank you.
Just a little crash out moment here, because tell me if it's me, but I really be trying to figure out, why do you men have the audacity that y'all have? So boom, dude tells me he's interested in me. Okay, cool. I already don't be giving people the chance of the day because y'all are boring, y'all don't excite me. Boo, on to the next. No, seriously though. So you tell me you want to talk to me. Okay, cool. We text one day, hop on the phone one day. Yes, I know you from previous years ago, but baby, you don't know the new me. So technically we don't know each other. You get what I'm throwing at it? Okay. One day goes where we talk. Next day, barely hear from dude. Okay, cool. I was at work. You doing what you doing. Okay, cool. Text you when I got off work. Okay, cool. You didn't call me nor text me back for real. Okay, cool. Now, mind you, when we was on the phone, I was hearing nothing but red flags. Oh, you gonna have to show me you more interested just so in the beginning I know that I'm not getting played with. I know it sounds slow, but like I just be having to know because I know what I bring to the table. Like, I know you're gonna love it over here, and I know you're gonna love it over here. So what the fuck make you think I'm about to exude? I know what makes you think I'm about to like pour out more energy than what I'm getting, just to show you that I'm really messing with you, nigga. You trying to talk to me? So next day come around, I'm texting, trying to chop it up. No answer of the phone call. Actually, you declined it because you didn't even let it ring through. No text back. Days. Mind you, it's been almost a week. You just now FaceTiming me at 12 o'clock in the morning? Is you stupid? Like, what audacity do you men be having, and who be giving y'all the right to have this audacity that y'all have? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know about you guys, but it's the audacity of men nowadays. Okay, I'm parked now so I can talk. So, story time. Tell me why this guy goes, do you like going to NBA games? And I said, yeah, of course I do. And he said, I have floor tickets. Let's go for our first date. So, of course, I'm like, okay, you're going to invite me to, like, sit on courtside at the NBA game for our first date. I'm down. Let's impress. You are here to impress. Day of the plans, like, a few hours before, he cancels on me and says his house flooded in, like, California or something and he has to go, blah, blah, blah. He's so sorry, I'll make it up to me. Let me just say, if you say you're going to make it up to me, you better make it up to me because you have that one chance to make it up to me. Otherwise, if I don't know you already, like, no. So then he reschedules for Valentine's Day to go to the Nuggets game on Valentine's Day instead. And then beforehand, he's like, let's go out to dinner. Like, it was like a week before. This is like the first time we've ever met, which in my head, I was like, okay, we're going to go to the NBA game if this date goes good, because if I don't like him, like, I'm just not gonna go. So he tells me the time and the place. I'm like, okay, cool. I look up the place. I tell him I'm gonna meet him there. It seems like a dinner place. So I get there. He's sitting at the bar. We each get a drink. And then, like, halfway through, he's like, oh, like, are you hungry? Like, they didn't really have any seats if you don't mind sitting at the bar. I'm like, okay, I don't mind sitting at the bar. But, like, yes, I'm hungry. So then he's like, okay, we can pick out an appetizer. Like, look at something you like. Like, you're not hungry? So anyways, we decide on getting, like, crab cakes or whatever, and, like, that's all we get. I literally end up eating pizza when I get home at, like, 9 p.m. Date goes very mediocrely. He was asking me way too many questions, like, when was my last relationship? What am I looking for? Do I normally like white guys? Which, weird vibes all around. And then the date ends. I drive home. On my drive home, he texts me saying, like, are you shy or something? Did you, like, not like me? And I'm just like, honestly, that's your own problem if you think that, because I was having an okay time. So anyways, the date's coming up to, like, the Valentine's Day NBA game, which I want to go to, because 2 days before he asked me to get a drink on both of those days. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go get a drink. I already met you. Like, I'll see you on 2 days from now at the game. Like, no. Long story short, he texts me on Valentine's Day, bailing on me for the game again. After you said you were going to make it up to me, and then you invite me to like the next game, and then you bail on that one too. Like, what do you think I look like? I just reply like hours later. I was like, that's fine, thanks for letting me know. AK, like, never gonna talk to you again. Has the audacity to text me today being like, sorry about yesterday, do you want to get a drink this weekend, blah blah blah. I know there's like a bunch of NBA games again, like before playoffs. Babes, if you're gonna make it that hard, it'd be that weird to me, like, adios.
So quick story time about what just happened to me, right? So this man comes up to me, he's like, you smell really good, what do you have on? I'm like, oh, it's Juliet has a gun Miami shake layered with flower bomb nectar. And I'm thinking, because, you know, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. He was like, oh, I'm not really in line, I just came over here to talk to you. I'm like, oh, okay. He like, you got a man? I'm like, what's up? He's like, well, can I have your number? I said, well, you can have my Instagram, because I wasn't interested in giving him my number. He follows me on Instagram. I go to click on this man's page. The man has a family. And I mean, brand new baby on the way. She must have just had the baby. Your first picture on your page is a pin picture of the maternity shoot. So obviously I didn't follow back. I wasn't really interested. I felt backed into a corner though, so whatever. He makes it his business to find me again in the grocery store and was like, follow me back. I said, you have a family. This man says, so I said, ain't no so. No, absolutely not. No. And honestly, it was never given side chick. Why do people feel so comfortable disrespecting their home? That's crazy. Absolutely not. And this goes back to what I was talking about in that dating video. Like, people have audacity, they have nerve, and if you see this, you are dead wrong. And you need to be faithful to the woman that you created life with and what have you. Absolutely not. So it was never given side chick, sir. No.
Happy Women's History Month to my queens. Let me show you how I fight misogyny. So I start my day cleaning my ass, doing skincare, you know, my daily contribution to society against patriarchy. I recently got this tattoo of a black woman, you know, what can I say? I'm really about that quirky soft boy feminist life. Permanently. Had to get my bandana because, again, my queen told me I gotta protect my crown. Here's a pile of clean laundry, you know, more proof I wash my ass. Since I did the hard labor of pushing the wash button, my queen's gonna fold this. Gender equality. Love you, baby. I top off my outfit with these crystals that my exes gave me, but that's okay because women and men can be friends. On the train, I pensively start writing in my notebook because obviously I'm a poet. I really just let the words come to me, you know, taking my time with each one. You can't rush the process. That particular poem I've been working on for 7 years. I'll finish it. On my way to my vajacial, I see this beautiful black goddess, and against my male brain urges, I didn't harass her. I simply left her alone. Contribution number 2 for the day, complete. I got a vajacial not only because men can get them too, but to put myself through the pain and plight that women go through for the patriarchy. I left understanding you queens more than ever. Afterwards, I practice my daily quirky feet exercises. This is a non-threatening stance that makes women feel comfortable around you. And I host a class weekly in Bushwick. All kings welcome. Doing the bare minimum today really drained me, and to show you, I set my camera up and re-entered my apartment just to show the full effect of what fighting patriarchy feels like. But being drained from holding back a catcall is worth it for you queens. Happy Women's History Month from my favorite bare minimum soft boy.
Good. There's speed too. I have one question for you. Like, I just want to know where you lot get the audacity and the confidence from. Like, I just want to know where you get that audacity from, because I'm trying to find it. I've been looking everywhere and I can't find it. Like, one example I can give, there's many examples in it, but one example I can give is a man that I've never met before, or a man that I've met once in my life, asking me to cook for them. Listen, you know I can cook, you know I've got a business, alright? You know I can cook, but you're asking me to cook for you, and you haven't done nothing to contribute to my life. You haven't bought me 1 kobo. You haven't even given me 1 naira. You haven't even given me flowers, and you're asking me to cook for you? The audacity from where? So cooking for someone that you're talking to isn't an issue, but there is 3 requirements I would need for me to even begin to think about cooking for you, alright? Number 1, you genuinely have the intention to marry me, and what we have going on is serious, not just a 2-week talking stage and you expect me to be playing house with you. Are you mad, brush? Number 2, you're actually doing things for me, like you're buying me things, you're spending money on me, like you're making me feel loved, alright? And cooking for you is the least I could do. Number 3, which is my being love, and I would happily cook for you anytime you want it. See, those are my only 3 requirements, and I don't think that's unreasonable. But asking a girl to cook for you that you barely know, that you've done nothing for, brush. And please let me know where you get this audacity from, because I want to find it. And also take some of the audacity.
When men are mean to you, it has nothing to do with you. Women are often mean for a reason. You slept with my boyfriend, I don't like you because da-da-da-da, jealousy. I mean, the patriarchy pits us against each other, so there's a plethora of different reasons of why women are mean. Men are mean to impress their friends and spark joy in their own hearts. Men will literally have you fall in love with them with a whole family on the side. Men will tell their friends they're not attracted to you, come home and sleep with you. Men make their lives more difficult by lying and being rude to women. I lie and I'm mean to men because I hate them, but I can admit that. Men never admit that they hate women. Ever. I get a lot of comments on my video saying, what if the roles were reversed? The roles have been reversed for as long as you can fucking remember, bitch. I don't have to imagine anything. I've lived it. Be mean, use them, protect yourself, and most of all, do not ever trust those freaky fucking weirdos. There are obviously good men in the world. However, not a lot of them. Lover girls often lose themselves. Focus on you, not that raggedy ass man. I love y'all. Bye.
Anthony Style, or should I call you AJ Audits? What gives you the right to protest against the migrant and then call those migrants PDF when you yourself committed a crime of rape girls under the age of 14? Unbelievable. The audacity of these type of men that go against the migrants in those hotels, saying, save the children. We need to keep the children safe from those migrants. When at the same time, you are a danger around children. Fucking hell. Let's have a look. So like I said, his name is Anthony Style, 59 years old. He's got a YouTube channel called AJ Audits, right? He's been seeing protests against the migrants, predators who make children feel unsafe in the United Kingdom. But at the same time, this man committed a crime of rape children. Anthony Style, I suggest you to shut the fuck up, go home, open a can of beer, and do not ever bother protest against the migrant that commit crimes against children, because you are like them.
Living with a single roommate is so fun because I'm in a relationship and I get to hear all of her single stories. She's gonna kill me for telling this, but I had to. So last night she went out and she met this guy at the Spaniard. Probably first red flag. And like she ended up like inviting him to this like house party that they were going to, and everyone was really drunk. It was really late at night, and she like didn't kiss him or anything, but he was like a really good looking guy. He worked in private equity, like really tall, really cute. My roommate is gorgeous, so like of course he was like obsessed with her. But it gets like super late at night and everyone was like, we're just gonna crash here. Like they were all eating pizza and hanging out, and like she fell asleep and like he was sleeping on the couch. She looked over. This super, super, super cute guy was picking his nose and eating it. Picking his nose and eating it over and over again. Meanwhile, this man is like 30, and we had actually just had this conversation. She literally asked me a couple days ago. She's like, have you ever done that? And we were all like, no, sorry, like, no. This grown-ass man working in private equity was laying on the couch, picking his nose and eating it. Like, I live for these stories. She's gonna kill me. I'm surprised she's not actually running in here. But yeah, so I'm I am very happy to be in a relationship.
Going back to the audacity of men, my ex from years ago literally hits me up last week like nothing happened. We broke up because he cheated on me with like 3 different women. I even took him back a couple times. Hadn't learned my lesson by that point. But anyways, I digress. He literally will show up my house certain times, like hit me up random times. So I thought we could be friends at some point, like years later after I got over it. And because I've seen other women be friends with their exes, but nope, that doesn't work for me. It all comes to a halt when last summer we were hanging out, and he has a whole girlfriend, by the way, mind you. And he tells me that she's pregnant and they're about to have a baby. And I'm just like, great, wonderful, block. Cause at that point, I'm just like, I already didn't feel comfortable with the whole friendship, but like now I don't feel like there's anything left here. Like we really just need to cut things off amicably, like just nothing left. So mind you, like it's been enough time for the baby to be born at this point. So maybe it wasn't last summer. It was probably earlier. And I blocked him off all social media. I blocked his number. Like I was completely done. Like I did not want to have any contact with this man because he needs to focus on his new baby, his woman, and he needs to leave me alone. So I get a call from a random New York number. I'm like, who's this? Like somebody I know, whatever. It was him asking me all these questions. And I was like, so confused why he was calling me because I blocked him and everything. Like this man got a brand new number just to personally contact me, telling me he's going to be here in 3 months and he wants to hang out. No. But at this point, I'm thinking he's unhinged because in what universe is this okay when I totally said, I'm done. I blocked you. And like, you just think you're going to like show up here now to bother me? I was so confused. So then I'm like, the first thing I asked was, oh, how's the baby? How's your girlfriend? Oh, they're good. We're good. Everything is good. So you're living your happiest, best life with your baby and your girlfriend. And you still have the time to get a brand new number just to call me and do what with me? Like, what is this? Anyways, the audacity of men. Can a man like please explain to me what is wrong with y'all? Like, why is this okay?
I simply cannot with the audacity of men. I'm staying at a hotel at the moment. I'm protecting my peace. I'm loving my life. I'm having a little break away. I'm in Newcastle. I love it here. Very nice. I went for a little walk today, a little stroll, and I bought myself some dried flowers. They smell like nice in my house. My protected, peaceful house, free of men. Delicately holding my flowers because they cost me £17 and I adore them. I'm in the lift. And a Scottish man walks in. He's like, "You like that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, fine. You?" And he's just like, "Yeah, you're going down then." And I was like, "I am going down. I'm going down to floor 0, my man. Please press the button." So he's like, "Usually, I take people up to heaven." I said, "Really?" I said, "Well, you're going in the wrong direction then, aren't you? Still holding the flowers." Then, he sees his friend, it's a glass lift by the way, he sees his friend out the lift, he grabs my flowers. This girl got me flowers. Fuck off. Now what's happened? They're bent. Some of these beautiful, delicate flowers that I bought are just broken. Men wonder why women hate them. That is why. That's why. I don't hate men, by the way. I have loads of lovely men in my life who would never think it is their right to grab something that's not theirs and crush it in their dirty paws. Anyway, RIP to all of the disgusting men out there who will never get a chance to lay their hands on me, let alone my gorgeous purchased goods, ever again. Protect your peace, ladies, because they're out there.
Hey guys, I'm in Vegas. Bangs are not banging. It's 109 degrees outside. I'm dressed really girly. Motherfuckers are tripping out here. I am so hungover from last night too. And I lost my voice. But let me tell you something really funny that happened last night. Some guy me estaba persiguiendo. And I was like, whatever, making a new friend, right? We go to get drinks and he didn't pay for my drink. Like he didn't want to. And I'm like, obviously he thinks I'm pretty and he's not gonna buy me no fucking drink. So I was like, if I pay for this shit, I'm not talking to you. The bartender even was like, what the fuck? And was telling me, no, do not pay. He needs to pay. He finally pays, but he's like upset about it. Then he has the audacity to ask me for a kiss later on. And I told him no. He ended up telling me like, oh, you're really pretty and I don't know what. And I said, I know. And he said something along the lines of, you're conceited or some bullshit like that. And I was like, I'm not conceited. I know my worth. There's a difference. Anyway, know your motherfucking worth. Even if he did like right away pay for my drink, I would have still been like, no, I'm not kissing you. Ick.
Guys, the audacity that men have is absolutely insane. Okay, so I was at the bar this weekend with my friends, and I like walked up to the bar and I was gonna get myself a drink or whatever, and there's this guy at the bar. He starts having a conversation with me, whatever, like totally fine, small talk. Whatever. And so I grab my drink and I'm about to like walk over to my friends, because mind you, they're at like the other end of the bar. And so I get my drink and he like kind of stops me and he like continues to have a conversation with me. So I sit there and I like talk to him, and this goes on for probably like 15 minutes or so, right? And it begins to get like a little flirty, like nothing crazy. But then out of the blue, this girl like walks up behind him and just like starts staring at him, and I'm like, no way. Wait, hold on. That's 150% your girlfriend. Like, I'm sorry, you were flirting with me at the bar while your girlfriend was at the bar. What? And I looked at her and I was like, there's no way that your boyfriend just did that. And I like look at my friends like down across the bar, because like one of my guy friends was like kind of like right next to us, like hearing it, and like they walked away, and then he looks at me, he goes, did he have a girlfriend? I go, 100% that was his girlfriend. He goes, ain't no fucking way. And I was like, I know. I was like, what the fuck? And he was like, he literally was fully flirting with you. And I was like, I know. I'm just like baffled. I'm just baffled at like the audacity men have. Anyway, if anyone knows like what was going on through that man's head in the moment, please let me know. Anyway, okay, bye.
The audacity and sense of entitlement that some men have baffles me. It baffles me. I don't owe you anything. I don't know you. I am just out here on a walk with my dogs. I don't owe you a conversation. I don't owe you anything, actually. I don't even need to smile at you. There is nothing that I need to give you right now. And why you think I do, I have no idea, and I will never understand. But I was just on a walk with my dogs, my 2 dogs and me, middle of the day lunch walk, and we're on a sidewalk. There's no one around. There are no cars. There's no one going in and out of the shops. Like, I am just alone on this sidewalk, and that's totally fine. But I have my headphones in. I'm just doing my thing. Just finished a murder podcast, so it has ended, and I paused it. I'm not listening to anything when I see just 3 grown men walking towards me. And my initial response is, oh, I need to get my dogs out of the way. And then it's also like, you know, sometimes I don't like to judge a book by its cover, but 3 versus 1, 3 grown big men versus me, like, no one's around. Instantly, I'm kind of like, I don't feel safe. I don't feel the safest. I know I probably am deep down, but I just don't feel the safest. So what do I do from my murder podcast knowledge is I look at them so I see everyone's faces. They know I've seen their faces, and I just do a nod. I don't smile. I don't do anything. I just do a nod. So they know I've acknowledged them. They know that I know that I'm going to move my dogs out of the way. I know what their faces look like. So if they do anything, I can say what their faces look like in the future. But this is when the first guy, this is when the first guy tells me that my dogs are beautiful. And I'm not going to sit and have a conversation with you. I, again, don't feel the safest right now, so I'm just not going to stop and talk. I keep walking. The second guy, like I said, I don't have my headphones playing anything, so I can kind of hear what they're saying. Comments on my body. I am wearing a giant sweatshirt and pants. Like, my giant sweatshirt covers everything. It goes past my butt. Like, it goes midway down my thigh. You can't see anything, but he automatically comments on my body, just something gross. And I, again, don't respond. The third guy now starts yelling at me, berating me, saying how I am such a bitch. Fuck you, you fucking bitch. Who do you think you are? Because I didn't respond to the guy about my body, and I didn't respond to the guy about my dogs. And I can see out of my peripherals that he starts turning around as I'm walking by, like yelling at me and turning with me as I'm leaving, to the point where I don't turn around to check if he's following me, but he could have. I don't check for a while, but he could have started following me. And again, no one is around me. So now I'm kind of terrified. But I get home. Obviously, they weren't following me. Everything is fine. I'm fine. The dogs are fine. I'm a little upset, but I'm just kind of like, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. Who in their right mind thinks that when you are a big grown male with other males around you and you come upon a single female who is by herself, thinks that it's okay to start like just yelling at her because she didn't respond to you, because she didn't stop and have a conversation with you? I don't owe you anything. I don't. And it's rude of you to think that I do. And I should have stopped and said hello. And I'm pissed. And now I want to find them and get a sketch artist and show everyone what they look like.
Guys, yeah, ask a man what a good woman is, or the qualities of a good woman, and watch him describe a slave. Watch this man describe a slave.
She's absolutely right. And the sad part is they'll either describe a slave or their mother who's treated like a slave. Because some men can only see women for our utility. All they want a woman to do is to serve them or to serve their children. This is why some men get so upset about the idea of a rich auntie. They can't stand the idea that a woman could be out here cooking and cleaning and taking care of a man, but she's only using all of those things for herself. They can't stand that idea. They can't stand the idea of a woman who can provide for herself, so much so that she can hire somebody else to clean her house, hire somebody else to cook for her, hire somebody else to do her laundry. There are some men that are jealous that a woman hired another woman to do those things because they think that, what are you hiring her for? You could do it. A couple of months ago, a woman went viral for how well she took care of her dog. She had this big, huge dog. She was cooking up steaks, doing facials, doing skincare, all this stuff on a dog. And the comment section was men throwing up, crying, sliding down the wall, fighting the air because they were like, all of this for a dog? It wasn't about the dog. It was about the idea of how dare she waste all of those abilities on somebody and it's not one of us.
Someone kindly tell me where men got the audacity, because you're 35 years old and you're arguably more immature than a 22-year-old man. Your biological clock is dwindling and you're balding and you're trying to play games with all my friends.
There's nothing I can't stand more than a ugly or mid man with the audacity. The first thing I always think is, what absolute queen, what stunning, beautiful goddess gave you a chance, so now you think you have the audacity. That's always what it is. It's always a beautiful girl who's probably a people pleaser who goes after these men who are like, I don't even know, they negotiated their way onto earth for real. And all of a sudden, they break up for whatever the case may be, and they go around thinking they are just the absolute tits. Sir, go back to your wife, because the rest of us, we don't see it, Quasimodo. And if you're a man sitting there being like, well, you're mid at best, give me 30 minutes and I'll blow you out of the water. Don't come at me. So yeah, ladies, next time you see a man out and he just has the audacity of like a man that he should definitely not have, like a Liam Hemsworth audacity, okay? Because that man can have audacity. Please know that there was a goddess, an angel, an earth angel that came down, gave that man a chance, and now he just thinks he can have anyone. You can't. I love you.
Ladies, you need to start having the audacity of a man. I teach manifestation and self-concept work, and the one thing I realize is that men are a lot quicker to level up their belief system than women are, because they were taught from a young age to have the audacity. You can be the president, you can be a CEO, you can have millions of dollars, you can buy whatever real estate you want, you can bag all the women. That is how men are raised. They are raised with the fucking audacity. I've ever seen a man who is totally out of a woman's league walk right up to her and strike up a conversation because he has the audacity. He knows that woman is out of his league. He doesn't care. He's like, I'm gonna get her. That woman is gonna be mine. His belief system is through the roof. Women are not raised like that. They're meant to be subtle, be more quiet, smile more, be polite, submit yourself, be more submissive, put yourself in a box. That mindset is so fucking destructive. Do you know what the feminine is? The feminine is powerful, fiery, full of rage, totally bold in themselves, totally intuitive, going with the flow, being who they are. They're not supposed to be confined and submissive and put into a box. So I need you to start having the fucking audacity of a man. Every time you start a new project, every time you meet a new person, have the audacity of a white man. There's a reason they get everything they want. It's because of their belief system. Stop being so fucking timid and believe that you can have it too.
The reason men need to be pursuing women is because we literally don't need you. We don't need you. So why the hell would we pursue something that we don't need? Studies have shown that women who are married have a lower life expectancy than women who are unmarried. We don't need you. In fact, you actually actively kill us. On the other hand, men who are married have a higher life expectancy than unmarried men. You need us. You need us. So, of course, we are the fucking prize. Of course, you should be pursuing us. Why the hell would we pursue something that will kill us earlier? Woo! Period.
It's funny to see men get proven wrong about how superficial they think women are in real time. This week I had a phone call with a guy that I was talking to on Bumble that I was considering going on a date with, like pre-date. Spoiler alert, we didn't end up going out. But we were talking about sports that we played as a kid, and I played basketball, and it comes up that I'm a tall woman. I'm 5'10". And this guy was like, wow, so what's dating for you like then as a tall woman? And I was like, fine. And he was like, really? I kind of thought it would be hard. I was like, no, it's okay. And he was like, but I bet you like go out with guys who are like 6'2", 6'3". And I was like, yeah, sure. I like tall guys, but my 3 most recent exes were either my height or shorter than me. And I could like hear his brain fizzling out on the phone. He was like, wait, really? But like, you wouldn't go out with someone who's like 5'7", right? It's like he's expecting me to be superficial and then getting weirded out when I'm not. And this guy was 6'3" himself. Have they ever considered being attracted to someone outside of their usual type?
If marriage was truly beneficial for women, we wouldn't have to be threatened into it. We wouldn't have to be given timelines and told that, oh, you're getting old and your biological clock is going to expire. You better get a man to marry you. The thing is, those threats don't work with me. Now what? I don't care if I'm getting old. Now what? I don't care if I expire. Now what? The only reason that I would live the rest of my life with somebody is if they were 100% committed to loving me, being devoted to me, adoring me, caring about me, being loyal to me, and being extremely careful not to do anything that would hurt me. That is the only reason. You cannot threaten me. I'm not scared of being alone if that doesn't come my way. I'm gonna have a great life. So now what? Now what? I'm under 30. I'm beautiful. If I was a pick-me, I would have been picked a long time ago into my doom. Picked into my doom. I'm not afraid of being alone. So now what?
Because you don't like a girl, but you already hit already. It puts you in such a bad position because you want to cut her off because you don't want to waste her time because you don't like her. But you're also scared to cut her off because she's just going to think that you did all this to fuck.
Stop dating people that you don't like. When you look at a woman and you think that she is attractive, you think she's a baddie, you think she's hot, that doesn't mean that you like her. That just means you're attracted to her. I don't want to waste her time. You wasted her time. From the moment that you deemed her body satisfactory and her personality an afterthought. The amount of men who absolutely love what they see with their eyes, then they find out I have an opinion. I have hobbies. I have a life. I have a personality, a sense of humor. Oh, that's a little too real. It's a little scary. It almost seems like I'm a person. Once that dopamine hits, once that gratification of what they actually found interesting and attractive about you is fulfilled, once their attraction to you is quelled, they see you for what you are, a person. Oh, a woman, like my sister or my mom. Oh my God, I don't want to be attracted to you anymore. That's too real, that's too much. And they know, by the way, these people are grown adults. If you really don't want to waste someone's time, be upfront. Because I promise you, brother, there are women out there, plenty, that don't want to be your girlfriend. They're not interested either, to be honest, in a relationship. And I know a lot of men struggle to believe that because they think that women are emotional little creatures that get attached to you by the hip once you exchange saliva. But I promise you, there are women out there that have similar dating preferences to you. All you have to do is be honest. I'm over it. You guys, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm over it.
So you mean to tell me that there are women out here losing their teeth after childbirth? Others are getting crippled, some losing their hair, and developing all manner of health complications after childbirth. Some of these complications they develop after childbirth don't even go away. And there are men still going around asking women, what do you bring to the table? Abrantier, I bring nothing to the table. Absolutely nothing. Now get out of my face. Let me see road.
Marcus is gone, and he just walked right ahead of me, and I can't see him.
This is what some of these self-proclaimed nice guys actually do, and this is what some of them are like. Some men can only be decent men if they want to sleep with you, if they think there's a chance they can sleep with you. These are the kind of men that only hold the door for pretty women, that only offer to help a pretty woman with her bags, that only offer to do anything nice or decent or human to pretty women or women that they want to sleep with. And if they believe there's no chance they could sleep with you or be with you, they'll do stuff like this. They'll leave you lost in the cold with no direction, because they don't care what happens to you now. About a month ago, a video went viral of a woman invited out by her male friend to go on a very low-key climb. So she went in her casual clothes, only to find that man left her clinging to the side of one of the most dangerous mountains in Europe. Just left her as he proceeds to jump off the side of the mountain for fun. She didn't have the proper gear. She wasn't wearing the proper clothing. Some of them love the idea of having your life in the palm of their hands. Never speak to them again. They've already shown you how they feel about you. If you're not willing to give them what they want, they don't care what happens to you. And that's dangerous.
And another one bites the dust.
Story time of how men continue to have an unprecedented amount of audacity. We have had another excommunicated from the roster. Buckle up, Buttercup, it's story time. I went on a second date with someone. First date was very chill vibes. We went to play pool and we were there for like a good 3-4 hours, just talking, getting to know each other. Just very chill vibes, really good conversation. So I was like, okay, that's a good start. Second date, and I was a +1. It was planned really in advance with good time and still giving each other like enough space, because you know in the getting to know it stage, it's not really a good thing to try to be with somebody like every day. So cool, I was looking forward to being outside, meeting some new people, making some new friends, and just kind of I was to go bar hopping with a group of his friends, and it was chill. Like, it was very chill. The vibe was there. At first we were alone and then met up with his friends, and yeah, we were just talking, hanging out, mingling, dancing, you know. After being there for a little while and a few drinks, we had to end up leaving because we were with his brother, and his brother got pretty sauced and his girl ended up leaving him there, which is totally fine, no big deal. It was late already anyways, and like, I mean, I get it. We've all been there, you know. We leave, get in the car, and in the car, the brother acts like he doesn't know what he did that made his girl leave. And I'm like, bruh, how do you not know? Okay, maybe you don't know because you're sauce, but I'm like, just think about it. Just think about why your girl left your ass. He's still pretty clueless, but point being is, I'm like, your girl left you because I'm pretty sure you were a little bit too sauced and kind of dancing around girls, and it probably didn't sit well with her, because he was like, I don't know how she left. Well, point being is, I'm like trying to tell him this, and my date is like, stop talking about it already. Like, you're instigating. I'm gonna go home and they're gonna be arguing about this, and you're like instigating. And I was like, okay, chill, it's not that serious, but all right, like, I'm not gonna say anything to him anymore. So he had his hand on my lap, and he like withdrew his hand from my lap, which is fine. Like, I don't care if you want to throw a tantrum, like, that's your problem. I get on my phone, I'm on my socials, and then I'm like, fuck, I'm just gonna close my eyes for a little bit. So I close my eyes, and then he decides to take his brother home first, which they live together, and then bring me home. And I live at a further distance. So I was like, why are you doing that? Like, why don't you take me home and then take your brother home and you guys stay home and like you take care of him, because he's drunk. And he's like super irritated. And I was like, you know what? When you drop your brother at home, like, I can totally take an Uber home. Like, I'm not gonna be doing this.
And he was like, no, I picked you up. I'm going to drop you off. Like, I'm not going to let you take an Uber or whatever. I was like, okay, fine. So we drop off the brother, and the ride is pretty much silent. So silent and awkward that I'm like, dude, you could just drop me off like here at the gas station at the store. Like, I will take an Uber home. Like, this is just too much. And he's like, no. I was like, okay, so whatever. We get to my house, and he parks. At this point, it's 2 a.m. and I am exhausted, and I'm like ready to come to bed. And I'm like, okay, like, well, thank you. I had fun. Like, trying to give him a hug goodbye. And he says no. He declines me giving him a hug. And I was like, are you serious? Like, you can't be serious. And he proceeds to ask me who's home, like who's home at my house. And I'm like, my mom's home and you can't come inside. I was like, can I have a hug goodbye? Like, I'm trying to end the night on a positive note. Like, okay, there was a little, I don't know, disagreement, I guess you could say, but you know, good night. And he still says no. Bitch, I am not about to argue with a grown-ass man on a second date at 2 o'clock in the morning. No. I don't have time for that. I'm gonna go to bed. I don't have time for toxic behavior. I've been married already. I have kids. I just want to be happy. But it's like he wanted to control this situation and manipulate an argument, like have a discussion. I'm not gonna do that at 2 a.m. Like, that's insane. And we've had a couple drinks and that's insane. And if you were displeased with something, like, this is not the moment. Like, you're pressing something for no reason. So I was like, you know what? Okay, well, thank you. Have a great night. I got out, closed the door, bitch, came home, took off my makeup, and went to fucking bed. Because that's the smart thing to do. We do not engage with toxicity. Next day, I'm telling my girlfriend about it, and I'm like, oh, dude, he hasn't even said anything to me. So then I think, like, what? I wonder if he blocked me on socials or something. Like, so that I could see, you know? He did, girl. He unfollowed me. He done exiled himself. He done excommunicated himself. He said, fuck this bitch. And I said, perfect, cause fuck you too. No, not like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, he unfollowed me or blocked me or whatever. I don't know what he did. But needless to say, that you gotta pay attention to the red flags. That's a huge red flag. He was trying to control and have an argument, and it gave not manly but machista behavior. And it's like, dude, this is the second date. Like, there's no reason for us to have an argument. It could have been something that you said the next day, like, hey, you know what, like, I really didn't like that you said or did this, and like that bothered me because of X, Y, and Z. That's an adult way of handling things. Not trying to withdraw your affection or attention in that moment and have a heated argument at 2 o'clock in the morning when it's been date number 2. Like, absolutely not. So, and the thing is that you have me absolutely all the motherfucking way fucked up if you think that I'm gonna deal with this. No, you guys, I think you too much to put up with stupid shit like that. So yeah, so that's a story time of how men continue to have audacity.
The only way to correct bad behavior in a man is
leave. Oh, you still here? I just told you what to do.
A man should never have the audacity to sleep peacefully next to you and eat food you've prepared without any anxiety if he's harmed you. If he does, it means he thinks you're a pushover. Retaliation is a normal behavior in self-respecting individuals. I'm not encouraging you to attack someone in their sleep or put something in their food. I am telling you to work on your energy, work on yourself, work on the way you carry yourself, such that when people do something to you, they expect that some form of retaliation is going to happen. They are going to think twice before doing certain things, or they'll avoid you from the get-go. The only audacity you should tolerate around you in your presence is audacity towards goals and dreams. Audacity directed towards goals and dreams, not audacity directed towards you, in which a person is treating you funny. No. Stop tolerating that, ladies. You need to cure that weakness. It's a weakness. And I'm not attacking you. It's an actual weakness for someone else to look at you and think you're a pushover. Cure it. And if you haven't, make sure you listen to my exclusive content on men. It can help you to cure some of that. Listen to it. Don't be left behind.
Ladies, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me tell you, the audacity of these creatures, and I'll call them creatures for a reason, needs to be studied, like for real, for real. I know this statement sounds like a cliche statement, but the audacity of men needs to be studied. Like the audacity to waste a woman's time, to use her as a placeholder. Once they get money, they have no shame leaving their children and wives behind. Men even have no shame getting into other women's DM while they have their whole family as their profile picture. Like, those men have no shame. And something that I'll agree from this video is that boomer men have a lot of audacity. Like, I've met such men. They're very touchy. They're very, like, commanding, authoritative. They're those kinds of men, you know. let me tell you, ladies, something you can learn from this video is that continue being you, do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, it's the audacity for me. You know, hey, let me tell you, a lot of these things that men pressure down on you, it's because they cannot do them themselves. Like prostitution, as we've been told, it's just about they're not the patronizers. That's why they are very jealous. And I'm sure you've had some of these men you've dated say that, oh, I could never pay for pussy, could never pay for it. Like, what do you mean? Why would you sell me that? Like, you know, and then they start saying like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've never known what the problem is with men, but hey, what am I even saying? I never knew what the problem was with men. You know, over here, we normally say English came through the ship. So, ilikuja na meli. So, we can't speak it really not that we can't speak it really well. Sometimes we confuse words, you know, as I've just done. So, ladies, let me tell you, it's the audacity for these men. So, let me tell you, live your life. Live your life. After all, in 100 years, we won't be here. We won't be here. So, that's what I keep remembering. We won't be here. So, you live your life. It won't even, no one will even remember you did that. Like, it won't matter. Even in 50, it won't. Let me tell you, it won't. Of course, make good decisions. Put yourself first. That's what we're talking about. Don't stress yourself. Let me tell you. And another thing I've learned from these videos, it's not that I've learned, but it has really woken me up, is that, let me tell you, if marriage was all that, they will not be threatening us into it. Who threatens you into having a lot of money? No one threatens you into having a lot of money. But people will threaten you into homelessness, they'll threaten you into all these things. But no one will threaten you into actually making money because it's good. No one threatens you for something good. Let me tell you something. So they threaten you into bad things, and marriage is one of them. Let me tell you, if your marriage is not worth it, if your marriage is not bringing you a sense of peace, if your marriage is not making you grow in every other aspect, if your partner is not the one, then you have every right to walk out of that marriage. Never be afraid. Yesterday I saw a video of a woman who is 50. She was claiming that she has begun living life again. She walked out of her marriage, of her 30-year marriage at 50, and she bought a house. She constructed a pool. She bought a car. She did a lot of interior design. She bought gym equipment. She established a gym not established, but she made one of her house rooms a gym, you know. So you can always start over. Let me tell you, like, live it. This is your life. This is your life. So you have every right to be self-centered because it's literally your life. Let no one tell you anything. So ladies, I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope you love this series of the audacity of men. I'll put them into a playlist, even the story times. I'll be organizing them into a playlist today. And let me tell you, today, this is the last video of the month. Thank you for your support all through this September. Please run this video up for me. Please like, please comment, like, boost the engagement. Share with other people who you think may enjoy this video, your sisters, your aunties, whoever it may be, your daughters, whoever. And see you next month, ladies. I don't know whether I'll post a video tomorrow. Honestly, I've been so tired. I've been like needing a break. But tomorrow, I think I'll post a video. But I don't know. But maybe from date 2, that's when I'll post a video. Meanwhile, enjoy these videos that I've been running them up this end of the month. And I'll see you then. So bye. Mwah.